welcome back to my channel. How you guys doing? Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're generally fine. It's your girl Platinum, so it's me. Yeah, I know you get to see my face. Oh God, I'm so excited. It feels good to look at you eyeball to eyeball and say thank you. Thank you to all my subscribers. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Do not always forget that you guys are the amazing set of people I've met in my life. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. And if you're new here, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't, okay? Yes, guys. So today, I'm going to show you something very interesting and very stylish, how to make this very beautiful jumpsuit. I love jumpsuits. I'm a fan of jumpsuits. In fact, I'm putting on one right now. Super comfortable. And trust me, I'm going to be breaking it down for you in the easiest way, totally beginners friendly. Okay, yes guys, so we just get to the straight to the cutting table. But before that, let me introduce this guy to my other channel named as Everything Partner. So yeah, so in that channel I just do every other thing aside fashion. Talk about motivation, lifestyle. You get to meet me in person, my family. There's a lot to talk about. Trust me guys, it's a place to be. So just go to the description box and click on the link down there and you'll be a part of that family. Subscribe, okay? Or you just get to your search button and type everything then partner. So everything partner. So shikena, and you get straight to that channel. Yes, guys, I can't wait to have you guys there. Thank you so much, guys, once again. Without wasting much time, let's get to the cutting table. And here guys, I have my fabric folded into 4 along the longer length so that we can get the actual length of what our jumpsuit. This is not going to have any half cut joining. Okay, yes. So right now I'm going to start off by marking out 6 inches from this unfold part. So you can see from the top now, I'm taking note of that. I'm marking my 6 inches all the way to the full length of my jumpsuit. So this is the actual full length that I'm working with, plus some extra seam allowance from hemming at the lowest part and at the top as well. Okay, yeah, so here you can see me going ahead to rule the lines now just to connect all my points together. So that line is going to be where we'll be starting from. So the first vertical measurement now I'm marking is 1.5. So this 1.5, I'm going to use it for the rope casing. Okay, yeah, it's going to be for the rope casing. Of course, as we go along, you understand better. So that's the first marking there. Then from the same point there, I'm going to mark 9 inches. So this is going to be what represent the chest line at 9. Then the next is going to be the waistline at 17. The waistline at 17. Then the next is the hip line. I'm marking that at 25. So I'm marking that down as well. So I'll just go ahead now and rule all these points together: the chest line, the waist line, and also the hip line. So I need to get these lines down before I get my crotch depth there. So from my waistline, that's where I'm going to calculate my crotch depth. So you can see me taking note of those lines there. So for my waistline now, I'm going to divide my hip circumference into 4, and that's 11. I'll add 2 inches to it, making it 13. So from that waistline, you can see me placing my tape. I'm marking out 13. So this 13 now is going to represent what? My crotch depth, okay? So here, of course, I'm going ahead to rule that line as well. So we have all our vertical lines down now. So right now, I'm going to take note of what my shoulder width. I'm working with 16 divided by 2, that is 8. So on that rope casing line there, that's where I'm marking out the 8 inches. Then I'll come to the chest line and impute the bust measurement. So the bust circumference is 38 divided by 4, and that is 9.5. I'm marking that down as well. Then I'm going to add 3 inches for the seam allowance, okay? 3 inches, you can do 2, but I prefer 3 inches, okay? Remember, this is not going to have a zipper, so you need to have a little bit of ease there. Then on the waistline, I'm working with 36 divided by 4, and that's 9 inches. I'm also adding the extra 3 inches for the seam allowance there. You can see me taking note of that. Then on the hip line there, 44 divided by 4, I'll mark that down, that's 11. I'm going ahead to also mark the 3 inches for the seam allowance. So I have all my points down there. So I'll go ahead and connect all the points together. So you can see from my chest line to the waistline, all the way to the hip line there. So you can see this. So I'm just going to come now to that the shoulder width measurement. You can see me creating my armhole curve there. So that's just connecting it from that shoulder width all the way to the chest line there. So you can see we've just connected our armhole from the shoulder width to the bust line rather. Okay, yeah. So that's it, guys. So the rope casing, we're still going to work on that later. So it's time for me now to create my crotch depth now. So on that my hip line there, what I have there now is 14, right? So I'm going to move it all the way straight down. Okay, so I can actually mark a straight line cut, but I just want this to have a little bit of a line effect. So you can see I've marked that 14 down. I'm going ahead to mark extra 2 inches. So this is just to give the lowest part much volume. Okay, yes, so that's why I'm adding that extra 2 inches. So from that hip line now, I'm just going to connect it all the way there. So this is as if we're giving this a bit of a line effect here. So you can see me connecting the lines now, and that is it, guys. We're done here. So you can see this now. All right, so we're done with the side drafting. So I'm going to go ahead now and mark out my crotch. So this is the time we're going to make use of that 6 inches. So on that crotch line there now, I'm going to extend out by 3.5. You can do 3, you can do even 4, but I'm working with 3.5. So you can see what I'm doing from that crotch line. I'm moving outward by 3.5. So I'm going ahead to mark that line. You can see this now. So all I'll do now is just to create a curve from my hip line, just create a curve all the way to that point. So this is going to give me my crotch depth. Okay, just see how I'm demonstrating that. Just create a curve from that hip line all the way. You connect it to the 3.5 inches we just moved out. Okay, you can see this now, guys. We're done. That's it, guys. We have our crotch there. So what I'll do now is to take it from that point and also extend it to the tip of the lowest part of this jumpsuit here. You can see. So you can see on the other side, we're still giving it that bit of A-line effect as well. Okay, just like we did for the other side. So like I said, if you want it to be a straight one, then there's no need of slanting it. You can just connect it straight down, and the same thing you do for the other side. But since I did that A-line effect there, I have to repeat the same thing for this side. Okay, yeah. So you can see, guys, we're done. So this is how the cutting goes. Just follow through the crotch all the way, cut to the sides, and of course on that armhole side as well, go and cut through the hip straight down to the length of this suit, and that will be it, guys. So I'll go ahead and cut this out now. Guys, if you've not subscribed, please feel free to subscribe. Okay, I appreciate that a lot. And also like, share with friends. I'll really appreciate this a lot. Okay, thank you so much. All right, so guys, you can see we have this all cut out. So I'm just going ahead to notch that waistline because I'm going to be adding a pocket there. So I'm just notching there so that we'll know where to start attaching the pocket from. So this is what it looks like when you're done. You can see this is how it's supposed to look when you're done cutting this out. This is so beautiful, and you can see it's straightforward, guys. There's nothing difficult at all. So the little piece of fabric I have here, I'm just going ahead to cut out a piece of pockets right now. So you can see me marking that down, just maintaining the width, corporate width of about 8 inches. So this wasn't much enough to give me the length that I want. Normally 9 inches would have been okay, so I have about 7 inches here rather, so I just have to work with what I have. Okay, yeah. So the only thing is that it's not going to really give me that deepness that as I would have wanted it to be, but it's fine. So all right, so guys, coming back to the main piece now, it's time to start attaching this piece. You can see I'm separating it now. 2 pieces, it will be for the front, another 2 pieces for the back. So this one now representing for the front now. So what I'm going to do is just to sew the crotch, take it from that top all the way to that crotch depth there. Okay, that's just what I'm going to do. Then this one, that will be for the front. Then for the back, just a little bit different. So I'm just going to be leaving an opening, a slit opening, say of about 10 inches. You can do 9, you can do 10, but marking out 10 inches. Okay, Yeah, so that's just it. And so from that point now, and we're going to now sew all the way to that cross. So the reason why we're creating this slit is to have that ease as well when you're wearing it. Okay, remember it's not having a zipper, right? And it's just a little bit of ease, then plus that opening, you will be able to wear it. So this is it, guys. This is just a demonstration. Once you've sewn it, you can see what the opening looks like. So after that, you will now go ahead and sew. Just make a tiny hem there at that, and you can use a bias tape if you want to, but it's not really necessary. You can just make a tiny fold and sew it all up, okay, on that side, and then that was how it's going to look. So this is what I'm going to do, and after that, I'm also going to go ahead and attach the pocket as well. Just place the pocket. You should be quite familiar with this, right side to right side. Just attach the pocket and go ahead and sew it, okay? And at the end of the day, you have it this way. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish this up, and I'll come back to show you the next step, okay? Yes, guys. And here, guys, I'm done. You can see sewn the crotch there. You can see I'm also gonna head to hem the armhole as well. I use a bias for that one. You can see what the slit opening looks like. I just hemmed it. I didn't use a bias for that. You can see my pocket and see how it looks like now. You can see it's more like it's right now. Okay, so our piece is ready. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Then for the front, of course, there's no opening there. It's just a straight opening there. So that's it. You can see what the front piece looks like when you're done attaching it. Okay, all right. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to create my rope casing. Remember that 1.5 inches we marked early when we first started drafting? That's what I'm going to do now. You can see, just make a fold. Then for the back piece, because there's a slit, so you have to separate it. So you do for one part and you do for the other part as well. So we're just making that 1.5 inches fold to create what? A rope casing. Okay, then after that, then the next thing to do now will be join the side, just like you see. So place back to the front and take it from the armhole, run through the pocket all the way straight down, and of course you're going to do the same thing for the other side as well. Okay, just through the pocket straight down. So once you're done sewing the side, then you can now go ahead now and sew the crotch. So you just make sure that you match up the crotch lines there together like so. Then you take it from that point all the way straight down, and from the same point to the other side. It's important to sew it that way. Then the last thing to do here will be to hem the lowest, and that will be it. So this is what I'm just going to do. I'll go ahead and finish this up, then we'll now come back to fix the rope casing. Okay, yes. So to fix the rope as well. So for the rope, this is what I'm using. I'm just using this piece of fabric. This is about 2.5 inches in width, and in length I have about 45 inches there. So I'm just going to make my fold. Just fold half of an inch on one side, on the other side, and bring it together like so. That's what I will do to create my strip. This is my rope strip, okay, that will be passing through the casing. Then I'll also cut similar piece as well, but this time around it will be longer, say about 60 to 70 inches. I'll be using that one for the belt. Okay, yes. So that's just it. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish all this up, then I'll come back to show you how to fix the rope. And here, guys, you can see we're done. I've created the casing. You can see we've joined the sides, the lowest part. Everything is ready, looking all beautiful. And of course, I've attached the pockets as well. You can see these, guys. And yes, I've given this a very good press. So we're good to go. We're almost done here now. We are just at the final stage right now. Okay, yeah. So what is left now is to now attach the rope through the casing. Okay, yeah. So it's also important to take note that the rope you're going to fold, you should be able to pass through the casing that you're creating. Okay, yeah. So you see now we have this ready. So it's time for me now to attach this. So I'm going to be using my safety pin to do that now. So I'll just go ahead and attach my safety pin to the already made strip. Then I'm going to be passing it through the slit of the back. That from that back side, any parts you want to start with, just start from the back where you have that slit. You can see it will run through the armhole, and of course you will now pass through the front again. So at the end of the day, you are still going to come back to the other side of the back as well. Okay, yeah, because it's at the back there, that's where you're going to, make your knots when you're, putting it on. So you can see, just take your time and pass it through the casing. As you pass it through, you also adjust the gathers there. Okay, yeah, so you can see this now. We're done. I've gone ahead to attach it all I need to do is just to adjust it properly, so that the rope tie, everything will be equal at the back there. You can see what I'm doing. Yeah, just take your time and adjust it just like you see me doing. So once you're done, you'll be able to have it in equal length. You can see this now. So we have it equal now. So just make the necessary adjustment. And the good thing is that this rope now is serving as the sleeve, right? Yeah, that's what it's serving as. So once you're done, you can go ahead and knot it. Of course, this knot will be made when you're done, when you're putting it on. Okay, but this is what it looks like, guys. You can see this is so beautiful. So we have our strip ready there, guys. Believe it or not, we're done here. This beautiful jumpsuit is ready, guys. And that is it, guys. We've come to the end of today's tutorial. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you find this helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Okay, don't forget to do that. And also remember to on the notification bells so that you always get notified every time I upload my weekly videos on this channel. You can also go ahead to use the belt to tie it. Of course, I love this. You can wear it with or without the belt. It totally depends on what you want. Please don't forget to like as well, share. I will appreciate this a whole lot. Thank you, guys. See you on the next one. Bye.